Fuck me up the bumhole. I love it. I'm gay. I don't have partners.
Oh, ow! Every time. Hopefully my battery doesn't die. Right. Hey peeps. Yes. Welcome to our video.
Hey.
I don't know what we're gonna call this yet. Ponder. This is the situation. You guys know there's straight people in the world and there's people in the LGBTQ plus IAP community. Yeah, like, and we are both a part of this. Yeah. I am the L and you are the G. So we've written down a few topics we're going to cover in this video, but I feel like a good starting point is the coming out, because this is like the rebirth. It's like a new life.
It's the closing the door on that life and opening to the next.
This is what I find really interesting. First of all, in case you didn't know, I'm 18 and James is 15.
14.
Right? 14?
14. June.
I'm a good friend. How old were you when you came out?
12.
That is crazy to me. Bearing in mind I was 17. But how long did you know?
6 months.
Yes! Oh my god, what a great answer. When I came out to my parents, my mum went, oh yeah, we've always known. I was like, always? And they were like, your whole life. I was like, okay, same. Glad we're on the same page at least. I feel like one day as well, it'll get to a point where people won't have to come out.
If I ever have children, like we were talking about it before, I want to raise them to not feel the need, but also not be pressured into thinking that they are automatically straight, because that's the problem.
Yeah. Oh my god,
That's the problem that I had, because I was looking at all the girls being like, everyone is asking who crushes are, who they fancy, and I'm just like, none of these people are appealing. I don't.
Yeah, like no offense to you all.
Yeah,
but
it's just I don't feel anything more than friendship towards you. And then I was just like, oh, look at that guy.
Are you friends with more guys or girls, do you reckon?
Do you know what? I've always been close to girls because it's more easy to communicate.
Yeah.
But I find with guys, it's harder for them to kind of be friends with me because they're always thinking about it. Like, I have 2 people in my life who are male, who treat me as I am and not as a gay man.
That's another thing, because I know a lot of people that have said like, oh, I don't want, like when people say to you like, oh, are you attracted to me then? It's like, just because I'm attracted to your, like, the sex that you are, doesn't mean that like I like you all. Like all straight girls like all men? No, they have types, like, and stuff like that.
And like, don't get me wrong, I have fancied straight people. I know that nothing's going to come out of it, but
it happens. They're still people. At the end of the day,
like
they can't change you. You can't change them.
Like, I know someone who put on an anonymous page, I think you're fit, but you're gay. Oops.
But also, what I found, and this is throwing no shade to like people that I'm friends with, but this was my problem, not yours. That like through high school, because I'd say I'm friends more with like girls than guys. Like obviously I have some great guy friends.
I know.
But like throughout high school, when I was quite like insecure about it and would just try and block it out and always pretend like I wasn't gay, like when there'd be conversations that come up, you know, they come up, where like there's a group of girls, they're all like talking about like celebrities and like all these guys, and they're like, don't you think they're so hot? Or like someone will walk in and everyone will be like, oh my god, look at them. And I'd always just sort of be like, yeah, I know, right? And in my head I'm like, no, in no way do I think they're attractive. So back to the coming out thing.
Yes.
How did you go about it?
So.
And who was first, like friends, family?
So this person came out to me via a letter, and I replied to him, and basically that was the kind of kickstart of it, because I felt comfortable with this person, because obviously they felt comfortable enough to come out to me.
A letter's a nice way, because then you can go through all your thoughts to make sure you're not forgetting anything and stuff like that.
Then I went to my mum about like 2 days after. I was just like, let's do this. And then probably about a week after, my sister, who's my twin, who I'm not close. I've gotten closer since then, but I wasn't close as much. But then later on...
And you just told them?
No, I did it through letters.
Okay.
But then later, I did come out to my 2 really good friends, and it was just like, oh yeah, this is how I am, and then just like, okay, all this is.
Did they see it coming?
Yeah. Like my form tutor, and she was
really?
And she was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. Don't telling me.
Yeah,
I don't really
it's
need...
not a big deal.
Yeah,
like...
and so then I came out to my form, and then at this party, basically, I asked out this guy, and it exploded, and...
What was their orientation?
At the time, bi.
My story, most of you probably, if not, cheeky plug, you should go watch my coming out video, which was to the internet and made it easier to basically just say it to everyone in one go rather than... Because everyone you meet, you've got to be like, hi, this is me. Hi, I'm Taya. I'm 18. I'm gay. I'm half Chinese. These are all just facts about me. You're welcome. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, everyone... And there were some people, like some of my friends, because there was like a few of my really close friends that have known for probably about 2 years because I was comfortable and I needed to talk about it. Like, it was so built up because I feel like, I'm sure you've been through hard times with it, especially before you were out, but like I left it so long because I was so insecure about it. And that's what I find really quite inspirational about you, is how young you are. Like, at your age, I could never have done that, but now I'm like, I wish I did, because I sort of mentioned this in the video when I just had a chat to you guys like a week or two ago. About how I feel like I almost wasted so many years, because like now I'm so happy and comfortable that I'm like, why did I not talk about that? Like, anyone should feel like they can.
But I think if you take someone who's maybe like 20 or over, they will have no idea what school is like for people in our sort of age grouping. To come out to a whole school where everyone pretty much knows, like even just looking at you, they know. It is kind of daunting, because the amount of stares I get in the street, at school, it's just like, I'm a person.
Literally.
Yeah.
Everyone took it pretty well, and like, it's just like, one of my friends, this was one of my favourite things, when I came out on my video, she messaged me and she was like, well done, I'm really proud, I'm really happy for you. I can't remember if you had already told me like a few years ago, but yeah, so it's like, they were like, I don't know if you told me, if I just knew, but either way, that's that. And I was like, you know what? Fair play, that's alright with me, you know? Yeah. Right, advice and do's and don'ts.
Okay, I have one, which I always tell anyone who could be under some sort of discrimination. If someone is, like, discriminatory to you, take yourself out of it. Just lay down the facts, and do it calmly. Because you don't want to hear someone shouting at you, being like, you're homophobic, you're sexist.
Yeah, that's only going to make things worse.
Yeah, just do it calmly, take your personal side out of it, being like, okay, why is that offensive? Do you think you should say that?
I feel like, and this leads on to like things people say, but like when people just, and I mentioned this as well in my video, but when they just throw around like homophobic language casually, it's like, it might not mean nothing, but to some people it can hit them. Like, when people used to make comments about me, it would make me be like, oh my god, no, and like push you further back. And it's same with anything. Do you know what I mean? When people think they're funny by making a joke about cancer, like, so many people have been affected in some ways, whether it's themselves, a relative, a friend, someone they know, that can affect them. And it's like, there's no point. Like, why would you... Do you know what I mean? There's plenty of words in the English dictionary. If you want to insult someone, go ahead. We all do it. But there's ways about it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, in terms of coming out, there's no right and wrongs to doing it. Whatever you feel like. Yeah,
just make sure you're safe, because, like, you don't want to be that part of the statistic that you're thrown out of your house. Yeah. Because...
everyone takes it differently, and you have to respect that. Especially different generations, because I knew how my friends would react, because I know what they're like with me in general, and I knew, like, I've had conversations with both my parents about everything under the sun, do you know what I mean? About, like, people that commit crime, about drugs and smoking and sexuality and, like, you know, mental health, like, physical health, everything. And, like, we've had conversations. In fact, one thing my mum said to me was that in year 6, we did a tiny bit of SRE. Just a very tiny bit. Basically, like, this is a condom. Girls have periods. This is a tampon. Like, shit like that. Yeah. And I came home, and this is, like, what we were saying earlier about how you don't get taught much. And one of the first things I said to my mum was, this is what we learned. And she was like, oh, right, did you find it interesting? And I was like, I mean, yeah, it was all right. But how do 2 men have sex? Because... they don't have a dick and a vagina. Like, how does this work? if any of you saw that thing on Snapchat, I read it today, about like genuine statistics about general like sex education in schools, it is declining. Teachers aren't trained properly on how to teach it, they don't know what they can and can't say. Even straight people have it and then still go, wait, so when I actually get to it, or maybe they are at the stage of wanting to have sex or like actually having it, they're like, what do I do? How do I stay safe? Like, what do I do? But, like you were saying, everything about it is straight couple, straight couple, straight couple. And it's crazy. Like, they're trying to encourage people to be who they are. And I feel like what you were saying about our generation and being in school, like, adults think, oh, this generation's so accepting. And to a point they are. Like, I know that so many people, like I was saying, all my friends that are straight and haven't been through this still appreciate it and they still, like, are chill with it. But so many people aren't. If anyone from, like, some sort of education, schooling, Ofsted thing is listening to this, please improve your school education, because it's not just, obviously, like, people do it for, like, pleasure, but there's the safety aspect. So, like, and also don't be naive enough to think that just because you like the same gender, it, like, you might, like you were saying, you might have pregnancy scares, okay, but there's still scares of, like, what's the word?
STIs.
Exactly, like...
The amount of hate crimes that happen in this country is horrible, and it's and this sort of thing isn't reported enough. Like, I know the news is a bit doom and gloom sometimes, but you need to know that you can't just single someone out even if they look different, like, especially because of the acid attacks that's happening. Like, you know, when
they're on a massive rise. That's terrifying.
And like, you know, like the Muslim bans that's happening in a shop. Like, I remember reading this article about this woman who said, I'm not going to allow any Muslim people to come into my nail salon and get their nails done. I do theology and philosophy for my GCSE, and if you have any shadow of a doubt about anything about Islam, you know that terrorism is nothing about that.
Yeah.
It is literally...
The stereotypes is ridiculous. It genuinely stopped recording. I need to check when it stopped. Yeah, I know. I didn't even realise it turned off. That's how much I was in the zone.
Yeah.
So where were we? So about the Muslim
ban.
thing.
So
was that before the whole SRE stuff? We can always just say it again, because then I can edit it out if we have said it.
Yeah. Okay.
Gender roles. We're going to pick up with gender roles. So in a... Oh, this is so weird having already said all this.
Okay.
In a straight relationship, you've got the man and the woman. I feel like I'm going to annoy myself saying this again, but you've got to pretend like it's first time.
Okay, so traditionally you see a lot of straight and... Fuck me. Up the bum hole. I love it.
That's going to be the beginning of the video.
And before we're just like, yeah, we're not all sluts. I'm gay, I don't have partners.
Take 3.
So traditionally people think of a man and woman being set roles in, like, having to pay for dinner, having to basically treat a woman as a woman.
Yeah, like, not like even necessarily like possession, but like the man should be like in charge and like make decisions and pay for things, be like courteous and like, but it shouldn't be expected that like, you pay and things like that. And I feel like sociology terms as well, like it goes back to the days of like the men being the breadwinners and stuff.
Yeah.
That they have the money and the control of that and choose how it gets spent and stuff. Like women can have their own money. They can have more than the man they're with.
People obviously do stereotype gay people, both men and women, to be a certain spectrum of feminine and masculine, meaning that certain people are asked certain questions like, oh, who wears the pants in the relationship. So it's kind of like they're forcing straight on us.
But there was also something else I wanted to say, which was on like the stereotypes thing, and it's just come back to my mind. I feel like especially a lot of straight guys have this idea in their head of like a lesbian couple being two like a blonde with like long hair and a brunette with long hair, and they're both really sexy and they're like tall and like slim and big boobs and big butts, and they're getting off with each other and they're like that gets them like hyped up. Fair enough if that's you, but like that's not always how it works. Like most straight guys probably wouldn't be attractive to me because I'm tomboy or whatever you want to say, but like, do you know what I mean? I'm not like a stereotypical like attractive female. There's not this whole stereotype of like, oh, it's got to be so attractive because they're just a couple. Leave them alone. Like, it's not, we're not objects. It's not like, we're not animals. Oh, hello.
Ooh.
Right there. So, I don't know where we got up to. And another stereotype is that, like gay men, you know, they have to be really effeminate, they have to, like, fashion and wear makeup, and, like, some people, that's just
obviously.
what you're into. Same with, you know, gay girls, or, like, lesbians, whatever you want to call them, they, like, have to be, like, quite tomboyish and into sports.
Yeah.
Some people like that, some people don't, but, like, you can't stereotype that that's everyone.
Yeah.
Questions people ask.
When did you know? Who turned you?
Yeah, you chose to be gay, you wanted attention. Mate!
The amount of people who are prejudiced against LGBTQ plus people means that why would you want to put yourself through that torment, the mental and even physical kind
Literally.
of...
Bearing in mind as well, I didn't come out till I was 17. Obviously I knew all my life, but I didn't really, like, in primary school for instance, no one really thinks about that. You know,
No.
you can be friends with who you want, you can like who you want, like, whatever. But especially in high school, so from the age of about 10, 11 to 17, I spent 5-6 years trying to convince myself I wasn't, trying to act straight, trying to make myself straight and stuff. It doesn't work. You are who you are. It's a fact.
Yeah.
It's part of who I am. Probably just a phase. Probably just testing the water.
Again.
Oh, it's just been an 18-year phase. Don't mind me.
Oh, you're just being a moody teenager. You want to be rebellious.
No. Yeah, you wanna be experimental, or you want the attention because it's like the in thing. Oh
Just
my
like,
god.
No.
And yeah, people change. Yeah, people think they're straight and then have one experience or wake up one day and they're like, see someone, they're like, oh, hang on, and they start questioning themselves.
But if someone has plucked up the courage to come out to you,
don't commend them on that.
Yeah, don't disregard their choice to, like, come out to you, because that is so... You're literally opening yourself up to someone, which
it makes you vulnerable.
Yeah.
It gives them something.
Like, it's why a lot of people feel so scared about it, because you do have to.
But at the end of the day, if you've accepted yourself, there's nothing to worry about, because people can throw whatever they want at you, and you're like, go ahead, you know what I mean? This is me, and I'm fine with it.
So I have this thing where I tell people when they're like, oh, why are some people like, I don't want labels. Like, the thing is, there are like 7 billion people on this earth, and our perception of sexual orientation and gender will be different no matter how the same you are. It will be slightly different, and if you label yourself, that means that it isn't so complicated for another person to understand.
Definitely.
So yes, we do label ourselves
because it makes it easier in some way. I am 99.999% sure that I will end up with a woman, but if a guy came along and I was feeling it and they were feeling it, I'm not going to say no because of their gender.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, just because, like, if I was in a room, I always use this analogy, if I was in a room with like 100 people and I had to, you know, pick certain people just based on nothing, just based on appearance and
literally.
the vibes I'm getting from them, then, do you know what I mean? That's that. Like, I would probably be drawn more to the women, and you'd probably be drawn more to the men.
But I think a lot of people think that we are really sensitive for some stereotypical reason, but it's because we have found it in ourselves to look and actually questioned ourselves.
And not judge others for what they think.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah,
What
this isn't actually about being gay, this is about us saying that we're in a relationship.
Like,
plot twist!
But
I mean, we're
for
close.
real, understand each other. Like, I know it's kind of expected, but if you are the same gender, you are probably going to have similar experiences
and tastes in certain things.
In contrast to the opposite gender. In the bedroom, it is a lot easier to communicate.
Yeah. And even just know where to start without getting too
sexual.
Yeah. Just factually, you have the same equipment. Is it augmentation I'm trying to say? We're going to go with equipment. I quite like that. Yeah. You have the same equipment.
Yes.
But even not just in terms of sexual way, in terms of just general understanding, like emotions and things that affect you. So like for girls and boys, there's going to be different things to do with, you know, body confidence, to do with like emotional feelings. And when it gets onto mental health as well, people have the stereotype of, oh, it's only girls that get depression in teenage years. That could not be less true. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I find personally as well why I've been friends with more girls is because it's just easier to be relatable. Other pros, this is such a random one, but this is something that I always say, is simple as going to the loo, like in public.
My God.
You know that as well, how guys, they never have to queue for the loo. You're in there, you do your business, and you're out again. Sharing clothes. I know there's like the stereotypical thing of like girls liking their boyfriend's oversized jumpers, but just in general, like...
In the LGBTQ plus community, obviously there are some cons about...
Peak for you straight people that can't be involved. I'm joking. Get involved. We appreciate everyone. We're so loving.
Like, a lot of people don't get into it because they're scared of it. But if you actually indulge in it, it can be so warming and just supportive because you actually understand each other.
Yeah, and I'm not one to like go around like, and I always said this, like even when I'm out, I'm not going to go around and be like, gay, 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 rainbows, rainbows everywhere, do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm not ashamed of it, I'm proud of it. Are you going to Pride this year?
I want to.
I want to.
Yeah, do you want to go together?
We're going.
Yeah. Cool.
Everyone, I'll see you there. No, but like, and I feel like maybe straight people, or like just in general, people are like, oh, it's plastered everywhere, I know too much about this whole community shit. But it is so great. It's like any sort of community, do you know what I mean? Like, again, linking to mental health just because it's something else that comes to mind. Like, you know, there's plenty of people that will suffer from the same things, and you can meet people online, you can talk through things, and it just helps being able to be #relatable, you know?
Yes. In my year, I was the first person to come out, and literally, like, 2 weeks after I did, another person came out. And
Star Trek.
Yeah. And then people, like, open up to you. Like, I can't talk much about it because, obviously, it's so private.
Yeah.
But I can name 6 people who are under the age of 15 who talk to me about this sort of thing.
That's good.
And they're not even
You can be like an ambassador.
Yeah, they're not even just in my year. Like, if you open up to someone...
They just see you as a role model and someone that will accept them and they can have a chat to you about it.
If you... Like, I feel like... I'm not trying to be modest, but if you open up, you can actually show people that there isn't anything wrong.
Yeah. In my year, bearing in mind I'm in the second year of sixth form, year 13, we're all basically 18.
Yeah.
There are 2 people, including myself, who are out in my year. There is one other person who considers that, who everyone knows. I mean, obviously people are questioning and who have their own things, but there is general knowledge. There is 2 people that aren't straight in my year of like 120 people. What that makes me think is statistically there's got to be more.
Yeah.
But
10%.
Who? Do you ever like walk around and you're like, who could it be?
Yeah, I'm just like...
And of course, hate to end it on a downer, but there are going to be some cons of it. Obviously it's not great.
Discrimination, it's a part of life. Like, the only person who will never experience discrimination in the current climate is a straight male who's probably like 6'1" and white.
But even they might.
Yeah.
But just not as intense. Like, that is the almighty. But everyone's going to go through something. Con, I can think of it, is the discrimination. Is the other people that don't understand. And you know what? If you don't let it get to you, there are no cons. Yeah. It's fucking great.
Try it.
Be gay, everyone. I actually have a song on my phone called Everyone Is Gay. Let me play a little bit because it's really funny.
Oh my god.
When you're gay, don't pretend that you're straight. Any day of the week, you can help procreate. Gay little babies for the whole human race. It's a great song. It's called Everyone Is Gay by A Great Big World. Go check it out if you haven't. Cheeky plug. I feel like most of what we've said, you could probably find someone else on YouTube saying the same thing, but we can at least reiterate it, and I hope you've taken away something from this video, whether you're in the community, whether you're straight, no matter what you identify as, it's okay. And we just thought we'd have a nice little chat, because we've never even had this proper chat.
No, like, it was probably a week ago when we've actually talked just over social media.
Just a couple of Snapchats, and we were like, I was like straight on that, like, we need to make a video, and he was like, time and date, I'll be there. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and if you have, like, subscribe, and all the YouTube things. Anything else to add?
Social media down below.
Oh yeah, I'll link all James's things. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want James in any more videos. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia!
You might need a couple more cushions.
Are you not comfy?
No, Jorgen's height.
Oh my god, that is so true. Wait. Wait.
Wait, can we practice it
Okay.
before? Because I don't want to like mess it
Okay,
up.
so 3, 2, 1.
Hey, 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 peeps. Oh, it's 3.
3.
Hey, 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 peeps.
Sorry?
Peeps.
Peeps. My people. That's life, it doesn't matter. I feel like I'm getting really like deep and like inspirational and I'm just like...
Don't worry, you're not.